कितनी हो गई थी पापा क्वार्टर से ऊपर हो गई है तो अब कल सुबह थोड़ा वक्त से उठना
Hi all, welcome to Chess 24/7 and you're encountering another online stream for the week. Let's get started with a 10-0. Okay, so let's go for e4, knight f3, okay, let's just go for an open game. Also bishop g5 is in the air right now, but that might be a little immature. I mean, I could have captured right away on d4 with my queen. Okay. And now I can capture with my knight. I'm not really sure if this is the right way to continue in this opening. But normally I don't encounter queen f6 that early in the game. And let's just protect. Now this is becoming some sort of central game. Yeah, so this is just not good for white. Now knight d3 check, but I have bishop takes d3, queen takes, knight f3, queen takes d1, rook takes d1, bishop takes. Yeah, things are working fine for black, but I would have to give away my bishop pair early in the game. He did not see that. If bishop g4, then his pawn is hanging. Maybe c6 and then bishop g4 could be an idea. I am down a pawn right now. Let me bring my rook. And now bishop d3 is definitely in the air. And knight c6 followed by knight e5 could be an option. Yeah, now maybe bishop g4. If bishop g4, I'll still take on g6. Okay, let me see. Knight takes, bishop take. Yeah, I don't have enough resources for this. Probably he'll castle now. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I'll just capture with my bishop. It gives my bishop an open diagonal. Also, let me just pin the knight. And now queenside castling might not be a good option because I'm looking at the a7 pawn. c5 could be played. But if c5, I can hit b7. Bishop takes, and queen cannot take back. What about bishop c5 now? I think the knight is lost. I see no good way to keep the knight. Yeah, there we go. Also, okay. The thing is, should I capture with my rook? Because rook. Yeah, I'll just capture with my rook for the moment. And now let's trade a pair of rooks. Also, this pawn is pinned down. Okay, now yeah, the problem with this move is that this allows for bishop check. And now everything is just falling for black. Yeah, there we go. Black resigned. Let's go to our analysis board. Yeah, so I lost a pawn in the opening, but I think playing d5 is not a good move. Because then it gave me enough opportunity to attack my opponent's pinned knight. And yeah, now he resigned because the king cannot go to d8, because then this is check followed by bishop, and then this should be checkmate. Yeah, so the king cannot go to d8. What else? Any other intervention doesn't work because of the same that we saw earlier. Anyway, let's play one more. 10-0. Yeah, let's go for d6. Go for king's Indian defense. It's initially a form of Burke defense, but okay, so we have same-ish variation. Bishop d3, and I think he's going to castle on the queen side. Let's just put a question to that bishop. That is strange, because in same-ish variation generally this bishop is on this diagonal itself. And I hope he doesn't push for d5. But I guess I can take on f, because yeah, now this fork would come into picture. I hope everything is correct over here, although my opponent has an open f file, semi-open f file I should say. Plus my light scores are a little weak. Now the idea is to prevent opening up the lines against my king, and g4 kind of does that, covers the diagonal for the queen. Now this does give my light square bishop some scope. Also now knight, queen takes d4 is available at the moment. I can still go for bishop takes d4 first, and then I'll capture the. My goodness, he can play. I just lost a piece or nothing. Push. I should have capped. My goodness, I just lost a piece for nothing. Now what else? I mean, g3 is in the air. Takes. It doesn't really achieve anything. However, I do have bishop e3 here, and bishop h7 doesn't work because my queen is protected. Knight b5, queen a6. Still maintaining some pressure on the pawn piece. Also now I have I have e4 in picture. Okay, now bishop e3, rook. Oh yeah, but the rook is still lost. You see, the rook is still lost. Looks like I'm getting two pieces for a rook, which sort of is a decent trade, if not a better trade. I mean, I should have captured on f6 before capturing on d4. I just did not account. Yeah, there we go. And okay, now I can play rook f8. Or bishop g1 is also an idea. But rook f1. Can this... I would love to play rook f1, rook f8, I my bad, to bring my rook into action. But I also have queen f6 check, which would force the king. So king f6, queen f6 check, king e1, queen f2, that's mate, right? If he doesn't intervene, yeah. I think I'll go for queen f6 right away, because any move by the king would be mate. And I think the queen cannot intervene, and the bishop cannot intervene. I mean, they can, but then I can just take them. And if king e2 or king e1, queen f2, that's mate. So yeah, there we go. That's checkmate. I think instead of capturing on f4 right away, black could have captured on f6 first. And then no matter how black recaptures, they can get their pawn back. But this diagonal is a little weak. I mean, the diagonal against the king is a little weak. Although I don't have any good way to take advantage of that at the moment. Although I can play c5 here, trying to undermine the diagonal for my bishop. I mean, trying to open the diagonal, I mean. That could be one idea. Looks like my camera is stuck, so let me just have a look at it.
ये रहा वरना अकोल अकोल
पापा आएगा अभी।
इसको क्या 10:30 तक कल उठना दिए।
हाँ जी। I'm not sure what's the issue with my webcam. Anyhow, let's go for one more before we call it a day. Yep, let's go for e4. Oh, we have Philodor defense. It's a pretty... Okay, I can win a pawn right away. I mean, I'm not winning a pawn exactly, but then I have some ideas against queen d8. I'm not really sure if bringing out your queen that early in the game is a good way to continue. Takes. The knight is it. The knight come here. Also I have bishop b5 check, but then the bishop can easily take. Okay, then what I'll play bishop b5 check first. If c6, then we'll be in trouble. But we can takes. Yeah, if c6, we might be in a little trouble here, which I did not see. He did not go for c6, which is bad. Probably now. Now I can play bishop f4 here. No, I'll just go for... Bishop d2. And now if queen takes b2, then rook b1. And I'm winning the pawn on b7. The material is equal. I'm one step away from castling, and my opponent is 2 steps away from castling. I can just let me first take here, and then I'll castle. Although it does allow my opponent to develop, but yeah, let me just castle first. And now what? If I bring my rook, check, knight can come here. I think if I win this one, this will be pure luck. Oh, he does not go for castling. Now I would like to take away this bishop because his diagonal is a little weak. Also I have bishop e3 here. Yeah, there we go. He himself plays bishop c5. Okay, let me see. What can I do now? Because I really don't know what to do now. I have bishop c3 here. Takes. I'll go for bishop e3 here because his bishop looks really active on this square, although I can lose my pawn, but that's fine because I'm looking for some activity. And I don't think so if c6 at this point will be a good move. Okay. I see. Now I'm attacking the a7 pawn twice. I'll capture with my knight, but then yeah, okay, I can go for that. Also, rook b7 could have been a good move. What about rook b7? Because knight c5 doesn't work at the moment. However, you can play king g7 and then knight c5 is a threat, but then I can take on c7 right away. So, okay. What about rook e3? Rook e3 and he can go to queen a6. Also have back rank issues. I'm not really sure if that's the right way, but now I'm threatening. Also, my knight is not doing a good job, so I need to bring my knight. Anyhow, knight c6 is coming on next move, and I have to play a little fast. I'm low on time. Let's see if we can hit 2000. There are a couple of ways to defend my rook and my knight. And there goes my a2 pawn. I have to I have to make way for my uh, king as well. Okay, now I have some space for my king to move. I have to play real fast now. And now I'm threatening to take on d7. He can play c3. There we go. Now what? I'm up by a pawn, so I have to make sure I can continue with this. Now my other rook can come to the 5th rank. And now yes, 3 attackers. I have 3 defenders. Somehow, if I can shit, I just lost. This is just reasonable for me. My goodness, I just lost on time pressure, I believe. Also, I had no clue, to be honest, what I was really doing. uh, I don't know, let's play one more. I think this will be the last game of the stream for the week. Okay. Okay. So we have 2 games aborted in a row. Let's go for d6 again. King's Indian attack is what I will go for. King's Indian defense, sorry. Did I play with this guy ever? I think I did. No. Okay. This time I'll try to play e5 if given a chance right away. Although, yes, he does gain a lot of space on the queen side, and g4 could be an idea as well. If g4, I'll play g. Okay, we don't have g4 there. And now the idea is to discourage d4. Okay, now he has an open f file. I had this sort of game. I think, and bishop d3. Okay. So he's trying to attack on my king side. And I just don't know how to go about this. I'll start with g6, c6. Okay. Mm-hmm.